Okay, it says I'm live. I remember last time didn't have audio, so I'm going to check to see if I have audio really quick. Because that's embarrassing. So let me go to Action QA. How do I find my channel? Says I'm live. Now let me see. Check, check, check. 1, 2. Action QA. I got audio. Yeah. Cool. How do I find my... No, shut up. Okay, got audio. Hello, I'm Chris Jackson. Action Q... That's my Chihuahua. His name is Tim. He's going to be teaching you tonight on how to shout and scream when you're in the middle of coding. That's Chihuahua, the wonder tester. He's angry. He's angry at testing. Okay. What am I doing today? I don't know. I am out of it. Didn't really prep anything. So if y'all have questions, all 100,000 of you that are watching, you know, it's more like 0. But anyway, just hit up the chat on YouTube here. Ask me anything. I'll see if I can answer it. Otherwise, there was some Selenium WebDriver stuff I was playing with last time. I'm probably just going to do that for the next half hour to an hour or so. If there's no questions, I'm probably going to end it about a half-hour live stream. Sounds good to me. And yeah. Oh, I forgot. I gotta do this necessary stuff first. Switching over here to the desktop. Timmy again saying hi. So if you go to my website, actionqa.com, right here is a place for you to subscribe to the newsletter. You can get reminded about these weekly live streams, new Udemy courses. You can get promotions for those Udemy courses. It means get some money off. Tim's just going to bark the whole time. The whole time. He's very angry we're not paying attention to him and not feeding him every 5 seconds. And also you can hear my fiance's in the back. She's working out. COVID times, we're doing everything in one small apartment, so I apologize for all the noises. I should just start like streaming by myself like a half hour before I actually start streaming, and then he'll probably stop barking. All right, so that's the website. Over here, Action QA on Twitter, and I'll look here, see if there's any like I'll look for the mentions here. So if you have any questions here, you can submit these before the live streams weekly, and then I'll check that out and try to answer that during these live streams. And of course, I have 2 courses on Udemy: the web automation testing for beginners using Nightwatch, $19, but you know, there's always a deal. There's always a deal on these, so keep an eye out for that. Then there's this Nightwatch quick start guide, which is free. So it's like the quick and dirty version of this paid version, but you can like get in 1 hour. You can see total 1 hour. You can get 12 lectures. Just quickly learn the extreme basics of Nightwatch. And then this one right here, it's still for beginners, but it dives a little bit more into everything and gives you some more context than this quick 1 hour one would. So yeah, and that's like about a 3.5 hours right there, 68 lectures versus the 12 lectures. So you're getting your money's worth on that. And that's the pitch. Now let's kind of dive in and see what we can do. This is a continuation, not of last week, since the audio was out on last week's video. Hopefully it's not out now. Not out now. I'm recording, have a backup recording this time in case things go wrong, and I can upload that backup recording. But this one, I was playing with Nightwatch in version 1.5. They just added the ability to use a Selenium WebDriver directly from the code. I don't know why, but I feel my voice is going out here. But anyway, I was playing with it last time, and I wasn't quite getting it to work the way I expected. So this is kind of a continuation of that, because I feel it should work, and I'm just doing something wrong. So let me see what this was. Tutorials, Action QA, and then I'm going to Simple Form. What was this website? So this Simple Form website, and I think all I was doing is filling out email address, password, and clicking login. And that's all I'm doing. And this is like a fake login. It doesn't log you into anything. So that's what this is, just doing that and trying to log. Let me see where it was last time. So I had this set up in the debugger, so I got the launch.json here. Get rid of this stuff. This is some stuff cruft left over from last time. Okay. What is this stuff? Okay, accidentally got rid of the Selenium WebDriver. There we go. Now let's set this to launch. I got this set up so I can run the debugger. So the bin runner and tests, and this is going to be copy relative path here. I'm going to be running this code. Why is it doing the backslash? // maybe it is backslash. And hopefully that works. Let's see. Hit F5. Cool. Something's happening. Cool. It's going to the page. Clicking the simple form. And see, this is where it kind of like craps out. See, it didn't fill out that form. But if I run things step by step, like if I go here and like put in a breakpoint and then just start stepping through it, it does everything perfect. All right, so let me kind of see if I can put this over to the side here, then put this to the side over here. Now if I start stepping over, and I'll just kind of close this out so you can see this a little bit. So step over, so take me to the web page. It's gonna, I don't know what that did actually. Then it's gonna find the element, simple form, and click it. So it takes me to this page. It waits till the email address thing is there. Find element ID and click. So it clicked it. I can see it right there. It's clicked inside the email address. Fills it in. Fills in the password. And I put a sleep here because I was debugging things. Cool. And now it should click the login button. And there it does. It did it. I don't know how much. So, but when I run it. All right, keep going. Cool. And it stopped. I have it like wait right here and fall and like do a 5-second wait so I can see what's going on. So yeah, it did everything. So I'm wondering if I have to put sleeps in between each of these. That doesn't make sense. So it does the find element, then it does the click. I am kind of baffled here. So, oh, hey. Oh. I see. You got the wait. Hi, Iltanoia. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right. You're the very first person to ever like submit a question on YouTube. Now I'm looking over and seeing that. Hey, the wait for element present. Did you want me to, I can go over the wait for element present stuff really quick if you want. Let me do that because I have no idea what this code is doing. All right. All right, so Iltanoia, you asked a question about wait for element present and how that works. So let me see if I have an example that I can kind of hack together for you. Let's see here. So I got this tutorials here. I might have to create a web page and upload it for you. Actually, I might just do that really quick. Oh, wait a minute. I did have something that wait for element visible and present. I have this weird page. That's in like one of the lessons, the Udemy course. And it's kind of complicated, so I don't think I want to use this one. So I'm going to create something a little bit simpler. Just say hello in the chat real quick. There you go. How am I going to do this? So let me make a little cheesy web page. I might open up a new Visual Studio Code. And then what I'm going to do is just going to upload this to my website and upload this page and just edit it. I can probably edit it directly on the website. Probably not the best thing to do. Now, I'll create my own little example here. Sorry, my brain is all over the place. Let me let's go ahead and do this. All right, and get my website stuff out. And let me just NW. I'm going to create a new HTML file in here and say is present.html. And I'm just going to copy stuff from somewhere else because I never remember all this stuff. Okay, is present. Oh, and Tim is saying hi again. You want to say hello to everyone, Tim? You want to say hello? So if you're curious, this is the little guy who is making all the little noises. Little Tim. Yeah, he's the one who's making a racket because he wants attention. He wants a lot of attention right now. But Tim, sorry, bud. I got a live stream. I have to live stream. Okay. Back at it. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to upload this thing and create a test. Let's see, this, I think I can just do like, sorry, my CSS is always stupid. I think I can do like for this style, and style equals, what is it? Display none. I think I need to put this in like, how do I do this? I think I have to put display none. Cool. Did I just overwrite something? I think accidentally. Oh, ID. That's what? All right. So I think style, display none. Cool. So if I launch this page, where is that? Let's copy the path here and just throw it into the web browser. Oops. What just happened? What did I just open? All right. Like locally, that link shouldn't be displayed. Cool, it's pretty much a blank page. But if we view the source code, Cool, you see this code is here. So the element is present. So I don't even think I need to upload. I've never tried what I'm about to do before. So let me see what happens here. So I'm going to switch over to this stuff. I am going to create a new test file here. New file, let's call it isPresent.js. And module.exports equals, and here I'm going to do isPresent test function browser. Oh, spell browser correctly. Then all we're going to do is let me see if I can just go to browser.url, and I'm going to see if I can just go to, is present here. Oh, that's not view source. It's on my local machine. I don't know if this will work or not. Let me see if just going to the URL of my machine, this should work. And just pause it for a couple seconds, times 2 seconds, just to see it. I'm gonna do my launch.json here to do that test instead. So test, I think it's called it is present. And if I hit F5, it should just go to that empty page and go to, looks like it did it. Perfect. All right, so we can go back. Cool, I don't need to upload a bunch of stuff to my website then. Cool. So this is just going to that web page I was just showing you. So what we're gonna do down here, I'm probably just gonna put an infinite pause right here, and that's just when you remove any arguments from the browser.pause, it'll just stay paused forever. So what we wanna do is browser.wait for element present. And of course you get the selector, and by default it is CSS selectors. So I think you just put the hashtag, and then what did I name this? See, view page source. So the page source is over here. The ID is fun link. So I'm gonna grab that guy. Fun-link. And wait for element present. Give it a time. Let's wait for only 1 second because we know it's not there. So 1 times 1000. Cool. So wait for element present. This fun link. So even though I put that display equals none right here, so that means that link isn't showing, even though it's there on the page because we just looked at the source code. I can actually Control-Shift-I. I can show you right there. See, the code is there, but display is set to none. So like if I actually went in and changed this and just got rid of the display equals none, whoops, then you'd see, hey, it's right there. But anyway, refresh that, comes back, display equal none is back. That's all it is. It's just changing the visibility. So wait for element present, fun link. Let's run this and see what happens. What should happen is this should pass even though the element isn't visible on the page. It is present on the page. Hit F5, kick this off. And what did it say right here? Element fun was present. Let me kind of pull this up a little bit. Was present after 12 milliseconds. So it found it immediately. It's present. It's there. So it doesn't matter if it's visible or not. It just has to be in the source code. So I have this pause right here. Just put inspect in there just so you see that it's there. that whole fun link thing is there. Now, go ahead and stop this. I'm going to change that code. So here is the isPresent code. I'm going to just comment out all of this. So what commenting out does means this stuff is just not there. So actually, just to prove it even more, Control X. Cool. So now there's nothing. There's nothing on the page at all. That thing is not only is it not visible, it's just not there. It's not present in the source code. So let me verify that. Go over here, refresh this page. And you can see right here, the body says there's nothing there. Just empty body, there's no source code. So what do you think is going to happen? Wait for element present should fail. Just fail. And go over to here. Let's run the test, and we should see it's going to wait for 1 second trying to find it, and then it's going to fail. Boom. There we go. Oh, and it skipped past my pause too. So it timed out waiting for that fun link to be present in 1 second, but got not found because it's not there. There's no code there for it to find. So it just like, it's done. And just to prove it doesn't matter if it's visible or invisible, let me change that code again. Go back to here for the website. Right here, Control Shift V. There we go. I gotta uncomment all this. And I'll get rid of that display equals none. Save that. So now we go back over here. Can refresh the page. Cool. You see it's visible and it's right here in the code. So wait for element present. It's going to pass because it's there. Doesn't matter if it's visible or invisible. So it's there. It's on the page. So let's go over here. Let's run the code. Hit F5. And it's pausing. It's just waiting. It's like, yep, it found it. So it doesn't matter the visibility of what you're looking for with wait for element present. It has to just be in the code. Hopefully that makes sense. It just has to be in the source code somewhere. So it doesn't matter if it's showing at all. I've hit this I've hit problems with this because there was some test I did where I was waiting for a dialog box to show up on the screen. And I did the test where I was like, wait for element present. And even though, and it would pass and say, wait for element present, but I would see it's not visible and you can't interact with it yet. And I was like, what's going on? That's the way the devs did it, is that they had that modal or that little popover was in its own div that was already being written out to the code. It just wasn't being displayed. So that wait for element present wasn't working for me. I had to use something different to check and see that. I had to make sure that I had to check the visibility of the element first before going for the present. So yeah. Cool. Let me also give you an alternative way to check if an element is present. It's basically this code, basically the exact same thing, but actually there's two different ways to do it. I'll just show you both real quick. So go back here, I will stop this. Kind of got the point now. I don't need to use this browser.pause. I'll just comment it out. So we got the wait for element present, but another thing we can do exactly the same thing. I'm going to comment this out. Browser.assert, and I always forget this stuff. I think assert is present. Or is it assert present or assert element present? I always forget. So let's go over to Nightwatch.org. Nightwatch.js.org, API reference. Go over to the asserts, element present. There we go. It's element present. So assert element present. And that was that pound fun link. So cool. Assert element present is going to just check if that element's present or not. And it's going to use the default timeout, which I think the default, if we haven't set it anywhere else, the default timeout is going to be like 5 seconds. So let's go ahead and try this and see what happens. So this should just be almost the same as this, except it's going to go 5 seconds instead of this 1 second. Cool, that worked. That's another way to check if something is present. And you're going to do also assert.not.element present to say, hey, is this not present on the screen? And then, of course, this is going to fail if I run that because the thing is present. It's waiting 5 seconds and then boom. It's like element's not present in 5 seconds. Or you're asserting that the element is not present, even though it is. So since it is present, it's going to fail. Just another way of using this. The only thing I don't like is that it's kind of hard to get this to do like the 1 second. I can wait for element present. Gives you a lot of different options. Let me uncomment this just so I can, or actually I'll show you in nightwatch.org. So API commands, wait for element present. Oh, that's right. You also got wait for element not present, so you can do the same thing. You have all these parameters. You got wait for timeouts. You got poll intervals. You got all these abort on failures, callbacks, messages, all this other cool stuff. Assert, you got the message. You can do a message with asserts as well. So you can put your own custom message in here in the assert, like, whoa. Don't know why that's amusing me. Anyway, cool. Go and see what that does. Whoa. See, so it changed it from that other message that we got to this whoa. So you can put your own custom message in there. Apparently you can do the same thing here at the wait for element present. I think there is a way to like change and do all the stuff that wait for element present does inside this assert.element present. So before I do that, let me go and show you the other way that's a little bit easier. So if you want to control the timing, like say you wanted to wait for like 20 seconds for something to be present. Another way to do that is use expect. So browser.expect, or is it expects? I think it's just expect.present. Ooh, spelled that wrong. But you go here to the expect API, and down here you got present. So expect expect.element to be present, or to not be present, or to be present. And this is the one right here before 1000. So let's try this out. Expect.element, and our element here is pound fun link dot to be present. Let's just do this one first, and don't think you need any type of, yeah, just to be present, nothing else. That's it. And that'll use the default like 5 seconds timeout. And it found it immediately in 66 milliseconds, or actually 14 milliseconds. Hey, expected that element to be present. Boom, there you go. And you do expect it to put not to be present. Running this, probably going to do the default 5 seconds, then say, oh, no, it's there. So it's going to fail. There you go. So I waited about, you see that 5,000 something milliseconds? Cool. So what you can do to kind of get that same thing with like, oh, I have like 1 second I want to wait. You do this, expect this to be present dot before 1 second. That's 1,000 milliseconds. Run this. And I found it really quickly, 14 milliseconds. And you can also do like to expect this element to be present to, or expect this element not to be present before 1 second. Or I put 2 seconds here just to change it up. One, two, okay. 2 milliseconds, and you see 2038 milliseconds there. It's like, nope, it's there. We found it. The object is present. So that's what you can control the timing here. I like the expects because of that. So now it's a test, just like the wait for element present. Only thing is, I don't know if you can actually put like a custom message in the element. Control was it control space? It doesn't really give me the parameters. I wonder if I can go click here or go to definition. It doesn't have it. Yeah, I don't know if there is a way to add a custom message to this expect API. That's something I'm gonna have to research. I don't know, if we got some time, I might try to dig into it a little bit into the source code. Oh, I don't have the source code downloaded. That's why I can't find it. Oh no, I do. It's in the node modules. Oh man, whatever. My brain, it's slow today. You know, you go through a full day of work and your brain is like, I gotta look at more code. But that's okay. This is fun. I'm jazzed about this. I like sharing this type of stuff. So, cool. So, this wait for element present, we saw that this assert right here, we couldn't quite get it to like do this like, oh, wait for a few seconds to do something. So I don't know. I've never tried what I'm about to do before. But I think what you can do is use this other way that Nightwatch has of letting you create a selector object and then add all these different things to it. So let me find this. It's kind of hard to find. It's somewhere here in the developer guide. I think it's under it might be here on custom commands. Sorry, this is it's a weird thing, so I need to find it first. No. Is it extending Nightwatch? Commands. Oh, where was it? It might be under using Nightwatch. Using expect assertions, no. XPath, test hooks. Finding and interacting with elements. I think this might be where it is. Oh, yeah, you can use this selector object thing. Where is that defined? Yeah, this selector object stuff. So it's under here, finding and interacting with elements. You can create this like selector object right here and do a lot more stuff. So what I want to do from this, we're going to use the selector. And I think by default, it's going to know what the locate strategy is. But right here, I'm going to set that timeout. And that timeout I can set to whatever we want. So you can make that assert work like we saw the wait for element present. And like the expect present to be present thing work. So let's give this a try. I've never done this before. Don't know if it's going to work. So here we go. Now we're passing in an object, selector. That's going to be the fun link. Let me just kind of, there we go. So you can see this, what I'm doing a little bit more clearly. So I'm creating a JavaScript object. And the second field I want right here is timeout. I think that's what it's, yeah, timeout. And then you can set things to 2 seconds. Assert.element present within 2 seconds. Cool. Then we change that and let's give this a try. Let's see if this works. I don't know. It might not. Cool. Fun link is present. That totally worked. Now let's try it. Assert.not element present. It'll probably wait around for 2 seconds waiting for this to not be present. One, two. There we go. That totally worked. All right. So yeah, this is just another way of doing the selector and adding a whole bunch of extra information. I don't know why it's like kind of hidden here in this finding and interacting with elements. I guess I don't know a better place it would put it, but yeah, it's just until you read it in this little tiny, this like little weird section right here, you would never know that's another valid way of doing selectors. Yeah. Cool. That worked. That was fun. I wonder if you can do any type of, yeah, and of course you can always do your own custom messages as the second parameter here. So right back here, it's like, oh, my custom message, just like we did before. It's outside of that page object though, or the, not page object, that selector object. How would you call that? What do they call it? Selector object? The element can be specified as an object. Object definition needs at least the selector property. So they don't really call it anything. The element object. You can create your own element object. I guess that's what I'm going to call it. I don't know what it's actually called. The element object. Element object strategy? I don't know. Anyway, let me do this. Not present. It's going to fail. My custom message is not present. Cool. There's that. Now I'm kind of curious. I'm going to comment this out. Can you put a custom message here with the element? Because that's the only thing. I love the elements. That's like, I mean, the expect assertions right here. I'll just grab this out of the other confusing mess right there. I love these. I love like the little name decorators right here. It's kind of easy to read. It's like, oh, I expect this not to be present or to be present. I like the little language decorators here. Also like that not to be present before this. It just reads really clearly. I like it a lot. And it seems it seems to work more. I just like it a lot. So what I want to know is, can I put a custom message here? And I have no idea. I would need to see the source code, I think, to understand what's happening here. Can I like put in something right here? Expect element property string this. So if I put something else right there, it's probably not going to work. Let me see. Let me just check. Using expect assertions here. It's part of the Chai framework. Can I do custom messages? Let me see if there are any custom messages listed here. To have attribute which contains browser expect search form browser element. I don't see any custom messages. Flexible fluid language for it's an improved over the existing assert interface. The only downside is you can't chain assertions anymore. API docs for expect here. Is there anything here at all that says you can leave a custom message? Contain, start with, not, before, after, expect. I've never seen it before, so I'm not thinking there is something. Now it's actually getting into the different types of... All right. That's not going to work. Like this before, after, dot not, start with, end with, equal. Let's see if the chai. Why is that? Chai.js expect. That was weird. Let's see if this has some type of way of doing custom messages. And I am not seeing it. .own, .ordered, any, all, include, okay, true, false. I don't think it does. Yeah, there's no way to add your own custom messages to an expect. Are there any plugins? Yeah, I don't think these plugins work with Chai. By the way, I add Chai into my test frameworks all the time because I like all of these other things that it includes that are not included with Nightwatch. Like the assert library has all the node asserts, so you can like invoke like strict equal and stuff like that. But Chai gives you all these other cool things like, is it okay to like true or false? Any it also has these its own assert interface, which is also fun. Like is okay, strict equal, not equal. But yeah, it just gives you some more stuff for your tests. So always include this. The chai thing into my tests. Don't use it a lot, but I'd use it here and there when I'm doing stuff that's not strictly operating on the DOM or with an element. Like I get some logic and have to say, hey, is this number greater than this number or something? I like using this chai assertion library. It's nice, it's good. So unfortunately, you can't add your own custom messages through using expect. So that's the only thing here in this code that you can't do. Too bad, too bad, too bad. Oh well, that's about it. And I know I'm butchering your name, Iltanoia. I hope that answers your question. Sorry, that's not your real name. It's the name you put here in YouTube. I do apologize if I'm not getting that right. Hopefully that answers your question. And if not, I can go into it even deeper. But I'm very grateful that you did ask a question. I'm very stoked about it that I got to dive into this stuff and also got to play around with something I never tried before. So yeah, a lot of Nightwatch stuff. It's not all documented super clearly, so sometimes you just have to play with it. And that's why I'm making a lot of these Udemy courses. So I'm kind of stumbling over some of the stuff and sharing it as I hit it. So yeah, that's it for me today. Thank you for joining. Again, I am Chris Jackson from Action QA. Go over here. Please go up to my website, actionqa.com. Subscribe. Go to this email address. Pop it in there. It's an ugly interface. One day I'll make it beautiful. That day is not today. But hopefully I'll send you out like alerts when I'm doing these live streams. I got promotions coming up for the classes, so look there to like get a deal on some of my Udemy classes. I'm working on a new class, so look there for new announcements. Soon I am going to be sharing new videos of my class that I'm creating, so you get some of that content for free. So I'd love to share that out, and I'll leave messages there. And just general, if I find something that's really cool with testing, I'll probably share it with you. So please feel free to sign up to that email address, and I'll keep you up to date with all the goings-ons. If you have questions for me, feel free to submit them before the live stream, because sometimes I get talking and I don't see all the live chat updates. I'm a chatty guy. So if you go here to here to Action QA, what is this? I'm not even on the right page. Twitter.com/Action QA. That's me, @Action QA. And just leave me a message. Ask me a question. I'll see if I can answer it here. And also finally, I got a couple courses here on Udemy. There's a very free one called Nightwatch.js Quick Start Guide. Very free. Only 1 hour. Get you started using Nightwatch from scratch. Hopefully all the examples are on there, so you can copy down the code yourself and run it yourself. And yeah, just in 1 hour, be using Nightwatch. And then I got a course that delves into it, still a beginner course. It's 3.5 hours long. It goes into a lot more depth than the free course and covers a few more topics than you would get in the free course. And yeah, hopefully like to see you there. And 4.8. I am so stoked about 4.8. That's awesome. Yeah, so I'd love to see you in those classes. And yeah, again, if you sign up for that list, I'll be every now and then sending out promotions for that. And Udemy is always running promotions. So get on there and check out the promotions for Udemy. Cool. That is me. Thank you very much for joining. Yeah, just hit me up. Let me know if there's any questions at all. I'd love to answer them. All right. Take care. Good night.